Hello everybody on this beautiful, beautiful afternoon here in Wiltshire. The sun is peeking through. I don't know if you can see it there, coming through there. Beautiful, beautiful afternoon. The wind was up just now, but now it's gone lovely. It was quite cold, but it's fresh. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. I just want to share this word out of Matthew 18:19. And Jesus said, "Again I say to you, if two of you ask for anything and stand in agreement, it'll be answered by our Father in heaven." And in Matthew 18 verse 20 it says, where two or more are gathered, Jesus is there. He's with us in our midst. And when we start learning God's word and the power of agreement, the first time that I really learned about the prayer of agreement was when our pastor, she was doing a marriage course. And I said to Anthony, my husband, I really want to do this marriage course. And he said, no, Debbie D, there's nothing wrong with our marriage. We don't need to do this. I said, well, if there's nothing wrong, why can't we do it? Okay, well, I'll do it with you. I said, well, I can't do it on my own. It's for two people. If we're married, we need to do it together. So we started doing it and learned about the prayer of agreement. And when we started praying in agreement, we were going through a time where he was in a consideration after being a director and after being nearly there for 20 years in his job, learning how to make a decision for him to move on. And it was a big decision to make. So we started standing in agreement. And I remember when we stood in agreement, it was the most powerful thing. And I thought, wow, I felt like I was one with him. And he didn't say anything to me back. And I thought, okay, maybe it was just me who felt that on my own. Anyway, the next night, and he was on his way home from work, he said, Debbie D, I just have to say to you, it was so amazing when we stood in agreement. I felt like I was one with you. I don't even know how to explain it. And he felt exactly the same. Anyway, we made the decision together, and it was the right decision, that when we're standing there together, and I'm as his wife, we're agreeing upon this, and God led him in the right way. And then another time with the prayer of agreement, myself and my friend Fran, very good friend Fran, her daughter Michelle and my son Christopher were finishing matric. And to pray that they passed matric, that was the biggest miracle. And for the Lord to open the door for the perfect position for both of them. Not knowing what they were going to do when they leave school. And we didn't have the money to send them to university. And if we did, they were not university material. They wouldn't have gone. They're not studiers like that. So we really wanted to trust in God. So we started standing in agreement and we fasted and we prayed. We stood on that, and through the Christmas, it was December, because in Johannesburg in South Africa, in December is when they finish their matric, and then obviously in January is when the new year starts. It's a bit different to the UK. Anyway, we stood in agreement and we prayed and fasted, and they both passed matric. Christopher said, apparently I only passed matric on my mother's prayers. I said, too right you did. And the position Christopher got in the December is OPAR took him and they enrolled him in an apprenticeship to do a plumbing apprenticeship. And I could obviously, he could stay with me, and he could use my car because he had a big truck at the time, so I would use his to go to work because I just worked 6 k's away, 0.6 kilometers away, and he had to go to Midrand, so he could use my little Fiesta to go there. And that door was opened, and Michelle got offered a job that was round the corner, that she didn't drive at that time, but she could walk to her work. And when we look back and say, wow, Lord, we stood in agreement, Lord, let it be your will, let it be the perfect position for them. And it was. I mean, Christopher, it was 10 years ago now. He qualified after obviously 5-6 years. He worked for another company, and then even from that, I see all the miracles that God has done in our life. So I just want to just encourage somebody today. The prayer of agreement. Get somebody. It says in James, the fervent prayer of a righteous man avails much. Fervent. When we passionately pray, we believe it. Lord, I'm standing in agreement. You both got the same heart and the same passion, and God is faithful. So I just want to encourage someone today with all the challenges and the turmoil that's going through. God says we must stand in agreement, and we are going to see it come into pass. Maybe sometimes not the way we think, but God is faithful. And I can just share my testimony of what has happened in my life, and I pray one day that I will hear your testimony of the great things God has done in your life, because he is a good, good God. Have an amazing afternoon. Enjoy the sunshine if it's sunny. If not, I'm just sending a little bit through the phone. God bless. Love you lots.